Hey everybody, I want to welcome back to Desert Sky Mystic. Today we are going to be doing our love and relationship reading for Pisces for August of 2022. So this is what I've been calling kind of a 3-in-1 format. So we have three places here. One's going to be for those of you that are in a relationship. One of those is going to be for those of you that want to be in a relationship. And the last card, or last placing that we're going to read are for those of you that are kind of moving away from a relationship, whether you're still kind of in it at the back end or if it's already over with. So let's see here. Yep, I think that's everything. Let's go on and get this overhead cam started up and let's see what the month holds for us. All right. This card's going to be for those of you that are in a relationship. This next one is for those of you that are looking for love, looking to be in a relationship. And this last one are for those of you who are ready to move on to the next great thing. So let's see what we got here. In a relationship, take the lead, stag spirit. So, there's something you want to happen here in this relationship, and maybe the other person isn't getting the hint. Maybe you're laying it on thick. They're still not connecting. Maybe it's something they really don't want to do. Maybe it's something that you want to do, they don't want to do, and you don't need them to necessarily be a part of it. But whatever this is really calling for you to kind of take the lead in this situation. Because if you don't, it's not going to happen. And I think overall, this is probably, well, I don't know. We'll get some clarification cards out and see which direction this thing is going. But regardless, the overall energy is here is that whatever this is that you're dealing with, whatever is affecting your relationship this time is calling for you to step up and take some action because the other person is not going to. That's the energy I'm getting. And let's see what the rest of the cards have to say about that. Yeah. Yeah, I think this relationship has maybe fallen into a place of complacency. It's actually been a good relationship overall. It's been stable. There's a lot of good things about it. Perhaps you guys have been together for quite some time, but things are getting stale. Things are getting boring. You're starting to question, what's next? Is this all there is? Whatever that is, I'm really getting that energy with the laziness card here, because what you have here is a person that's kind of at the top of their game. They've been really successful. They're enjoying their success, but the problem is that they've gone complacent here, and the floor is cracking. This glass floor is cracking beneath them, and if they don't take action, you're going to fall through, and things are going to be in a really bad spot. And I think that's something that you're recognizing. So this card is really a card that says, hey, great job. Glad you've been able to enjoy the hard work you put in, but the work's not over. We got to move forward. We got to keep on going. And I think this is further compounded here, or further supported with the slowing down card. Yeah, okay, so maybe you think things have slowed down a lot and you want to kind of speed them up, get some spice back into whatever this is, move forward into a direction that's exciting. You see this turtle is just kind of hanging out. He's looking at the pond, and it looks like some nice little colors in there. It looks like it'd be a very pleasant place to be for a turtle. Yeah, turtle. But it's just not moving. You need to speed it up, and you need to get into the pond, and you need to move forward. You need to take action. You need to put the work in here, but that's not happening, not at this point in time, which is why we're getting the energy of, hey, take the lead here, take charge and move this forward. If you guys continue to do the same thing, which is just sit back and do nothing, then nothing's ever going to happen. If you want something to move forward, you're going to have to take some action here and just get it done. And sometimes, maybe that person, the other side of that person's not going to be, I don't want to say super happy about it. I wouldn't say do damage in the process, but you're not going to move forward unless you take that first step and maybe pull them along, kicking and screaming just a little bit. All right, let's see here. Let's see what kind of advice we can kind of advice the spirit is going to be throwing our way here in terms of this particular situation for you, my friend. Reap what you sow. Yeah, it's a great card. It's a great message. If you take no action, you're going to get more of the same. And I have a feeling that it's actually going to be worse than that. It's not going to be just a stagnant thing. I think that the stagnation is actually going to come back to this, and the floor is going to drop out and things are going to start spiraling down. I mean, so I guess what I'm saying is one way or another, there's going to be some movement. Which way do you want to move? Forward or backwards? Choice is really yours. And on the other end of that as well, if you do move forward, if you do take action, if you do get things going in the direction you feel like they need to be going, well, guess what? There's good things waiting for you there as well. Heck, it's even lined out right here. You got this beautiful water here, some cool colors in there. It's the perfect place. I mean, the temperature is just right. Jump on in. And if you choose that direction, I think it is going to pay off for you. You're going to be very happy with that decision. But like I said, one way or another, something will be happening. If I were you, I would want to try to control that situation and move it in the direction that takes you both to a point of happiness and to that positive direction, as opposed to letting it fall through the floor and then dealing with the ramifications of that. Dealing with the ramifications of this is going to be far worse and far more difficult than taking a few extra steps here and just moving in the right direction to a point where you're both happy again and the relationship is stronger. So yeah, I like that. Kind of a tough spot for you, but I think it's a spot that's very manageable, actually. I mean, there's far worse problems to have than kind of jump starting that relationship a little bit. All right, so let's take a look at what our friends that want to be in a relationship are going to be dealing with here. The abundant universe will provide, the buffalo spirit. And that's a pretty cool card for this position. It's a pretty cool message for this position, because it's basically saying that there are plenty of fish in the sea, that there are plenty of opportunities for a relationship. You have to be in the right place. You have to be, you have to want it. You have to be, yeah. You have to, what am I looking for here? You will get what you attract. And regardless of where you are at, you will attract in plenty of whatever that is. And so an example of this, let's just say that you are, sad and anxious and, a little bit of a jealous person, or you don't have a lot of confidence, and that's what your energy is really putting out there. Well, you're going to attract the type of person that thrives off of that, that needs that, that is really attracted to those energies. And it's sad because those energies aren't really the high side of life. And so the people you're going to be bringing in are going to be the type of people that you don't want to really be around unless you want to be stuck in this place that you're at right now, if that's you. Now, on the reverse end of that, if things are happy, you're healthy, you know who you are, you're good with, your independence. I'm not saying that that's anti-relationship. I'm saying that you are comfortable with who you are and where you're at right now. Those types of energies tend to attract in a lot healthier and more positive relationships. So regardless of where you're at, the universe is going to bring it in, and there's an abundant supply no matter what. So obviously, I would say that if you are kind of in the grayer spectrum of things, maybe do a little self-work, figure out what's bothering you, get comfortable with yourself, do some healing for yourself, and raise your energy. Bring that energy up, because when you do that, that's when you're going to start attracting the things that you actually really deserve and the things that'll be really make you happy. But let's see, that's a lot of information for that card. Let's see how the clarification cards really pull through here on this. Yeah, I actually think that you are kind of feeling, the way I'm seeing this is I think you're actually kind of feeling a little bit more on that grayer side of life, to be quite honest with you. The reason I say that is because these cards are really calling for you to raise that energy, to bring that up, to go inward, really do some self work, discover who you are, discover how you feel, discover your belief patterns. Why are you attracted to the same type of person over and over and over again, which always ends up bad? And really analyzing that. But I think the good news here is that I do see success in that, because the Beyond Illusion card here is really about getting to the other side. So let's just say that there's a bridge, and a bridge represents all the work that you have to do, and you step into that bridge, you step across that bridge. And actually, I'm going to have a little twist on this as well here in a moment. But you get to the other side of that, and you've stepped through, and you have now kind of transformed yourself. And that's getting to the other side. That's this Beyond Illusion card. Now, as I was talking about that, something kind of popped into my head here. Okay, so yeah, this is pushing at me, so I'm going to throw this out here too. So I don't know if this is a dual reading for multiple people, or I don't know if this is I don't know. I'm just going to say what I got to say here. So the other way that's also coming across is very strong, because I'm getting both very strongly, which is interesting. It's kind of like I have to get both messages out there. The other side of that is that you were in the gray. You have done this work. You have gone inward, and now you're ready, and the abundant universe will provide as well. So that's a lot shorter. The other one, they're both very strong messages for me. So I think quite honestly, I think that I am meant to throw both of those out there, because they're both eating at me in terms of, wanting to get out there, wanting me to say that stuff. So let's just toss this advice card out here, and let's see what it does with this reading and this energy. And that happens from time to time. Cards themselves oftentimes have dual meanings, and there's reasons for that, because the messages are for different people. So if it resonates with you, then the message is right for you. Huh. Well, that's kind of interesting. Being bullheaded. No, I think this is okay. So the being bullheaded card, I still think both those messages I put out were aimed at different people. This bullheaded is pulling me back to the grayer side of life reading, because I think you're being a little bit of stubborn here, that some of the stuff that I'm talking about, like that you're attracted to a certain type of people, it never turns out well, you need to make some changes, but you're just being stubborn. You don't want to. You like what you like. The problem is you don't like the result of that, and you're having a hard time figuring out, how can I continue to like what I like but have a different result? And I don't think that's going to happen. That's not the way these things generally work. So again, I think this is really calling for you to recognize that you're being bullheaded, and maybe try something different. If this hasn't worked for you the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, it's not going to work for you for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times. Once you recognize that, and you start making some changes and start doing some of this stuff for yourself, moving through this energy and getting to the other side of that, the sooner you get there, you're going to realize that what you are attracted to and what is attracted to you has changed. And then you are going to find that different result that you are so desperately looking for. So yeah, very interesting message to read there, actually. Okay, let's take a look at our friends, our Pisces friends that are moving away from a relationship, what they're going to be working with, what kind of influences they're dealing with, what kind of energies they are working through. The miracles are endless. Okay, I picked up this card in another reading for this position. That really came through, and it's coming through like this again. I think you dodged a bullet. I think that you don't know how you did it, and you looking back at it, and it's almost one of those things that you knew needed to happen. You never thought it was going to happen. Hopefully it wasn't too much of an aggressive or abusive situation. But that's it. You got out. You don't know how you did it, but you're thankful. You don't really care. It just all kind of played out the way that it was supposed to play out. And it was a good thing. It was a miracle. And take a look at that cow. The cow is happy. The cow has an awesome headdress on, surrounded with, he's in a field, or it has sunflowers all around. This cow is in its element. It is back to being who this cow is back to being what and who it wants to be. And I really get that energy for you. It's almost like in this relationship, you lost all sight of yourself. And now that you are on the back end of this, either just whether it's just recent or whether you're out for a little bit now, I think that you were able to shed that and then realize how unhappy you really were. But let's see what these clarification cards have to say. Huh. Yeah, so I mean, I think friends had a lot to do with this. And I think that they are there to support you. I think they're there to help you through. I think that you couldn't see an answer here. And I'm not saying the friends were the ones that ultimately convinced you to make this move or whatever else. I don't know about all that. All I know is that through this process, they were there. They were keeping your spirits up. They were encouraging you. They were letting you know in their own way that you were moving in the right direction. If you needed anything, that was there. I also get the sense that that there was this real energy of within a relationship, there was this real energy of this other person wanting you to be something that you were not, trying to get you to conform. And there's a couple different things I'm seeing here. It's taking me a second to kind of unpack that, but I keep getting drawn to the bamboo and to the cow, and what I was saying earlier about the cow, about being happy, being back to who they were. And then I get this bamboo here. It's kind of like this other person was really trying to get you to be an oak. Was trying to get you to act like an oak and be tough like an oak and have all the qualities of an oak, because this oak wanted another oak. Well, if they wanted another oak, I don't know why they didn't go out and get another oak. They got a bamboo. And instead of just accepting you for who you are, they tried to turn you into something that you weren't. But guess what? We can't do that. Even if we act the part for a while, it's only short term. It's only going to be a matter of time before you bust out and say, hey, I'm a bamboo. I'm proud. This is me. And if this isn't going to work like this, and I'm going to go off and I'm be me, because I'm happy with that. I'm happy in my own element. And I'm not happy in this relationship because you don't want bamboo, you want an oak. So I really get a sense of that type of thing where they're trying to change you, and for a while they were temporarily successful. But the problem is that when people are able to get us to act in ways that are not us, and that we snap out of it eventually. We get back to who we are, because that's who we are. It's who we're meant to be. And they can't change that on a permanent type of level. And I think your friends actually, after I kind of say this, were instrumental in making sure that you remembered who you were and didn't let you get pulled too far into that madness. They reminded you of who you were and how special you were, because the bamboo is unique from the oak. And that's something, there's nothing wrong with the bamboo. There's nothing wrong with the oak either. I mean, if you're an oak, you're an oak. But there's nothing wrong with bamboo. You have your own strengths, you have your own personalities, you have your own stuff that makes you unique, makes you special. Same with the oak. They have it in their own way too. But in this situation, your friends were keeping you pulled in enough, keeping you in this mindset enough to where there was a certain point where you're like, I can't do this anymore. This is not who I am. You're trying to change me, and I need somebody that accepts me for who I am. And this is not it. So now you didn't know how you're going to move out of that, which is, I think, where the miracles are endless really comes in. But overall, I think that was the overall situation. I think that you have made a great move getting out of that, even if we don't know actually, all the details on how that played out. But let's see. I had a jumper. This is the advice card. This jumped out, dropped on the floor, so I picked it up, and here it is. Not so black and white, and it's not. It's probably more complicated than that. Probably a lot of mixed feelings about that. A lot of emotions. There's usually a lot of emotions in relationships, especially emotions where we do get pulled even that deep into it. And you're probably going to be back and forth about this for a while. Did I do the right thing? Did I not do the right thing? Because this is complicated. It wasn't that simple. Your friends never see how the good things this person brought to the relationship, all those types of things. I think at the end of the day, though, no, I know at the end of the day, this was the right move for you, because this person wasn't going to change. You weren't trying to get him to be like, or her to be like you. That wasn't your gig. You were trying to bend, and it was just never enough. So, I mean, although maybe they're not even a bad person, maybe this is just kind of their mindset and their prison, the way that they see things, and the way that they deal with things. And it just wasn't right for you. So, no, it wasn't so black and white. It is more complicated than just what a couple cards can say. But at the end of the day, I do feel like this was the best move for you. I do feel like you're going to be back to yourself if you're not there already. And when that happens, if it hasn't happened already, you are going to be happy. And then from there, just know you have to be yourself, and people have to accept you and love you for who you are, and vice versa, by the way. I mean, you have to accept them and love them for who they are. And then, of course, there's an identity with the relationship itself too. But this one may have been good at times, but it's good. It's over. It's good that you're finding yourself. It's good you're returning to who you are again. So that's what I got. That's what I got for the August reading for Pisces. I hope it was helpful. If any of this resonated with you, please like the video. That helps us know which messages actually landed. And of course, if you haven't already, please go down there and hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified of new videos that come out, hit the that little bell, that'll notify you when new videos are released. And then finally, we do have other videos. We have other Pisces videos for this month. If you're interested, we have energy readings. We have other energy love readings. I have some other tarot readings, a little bit of everything. So check those out as well. Maybe there's a message in there for you for the month of August on top of this one. So thank you once again for watching. We really appreciate it, and we will see you next time.